In this episode of Sailing Doodles, we sail over from St. Thomas to St. John. The pups and the girls get a little bit of beach time. And then we sail over to the British Virgin Islands and have a little fun at the BVI Spring Regatta. A year ago, I had a stroke and lost my career as a corporate pilot. So I sold everything I own and bought a boat that probably cost less than your car. I packed up my 2 dogs, talked a good friend into going along, and we set off to sail around the world. Along the way, we've had some great adventures and met some amazing people. We've even picked up a crewmate. So come along with us on this journey and enjoy the ride. These videos are made possible by patrons like you. To find out how you can help, go to sailingdoodles.com. It was only a couple miles over to St. John from St. Thomas, so we only put up the head sail and didn't even bother with the main. I think both the dogs and the girls were happy to be underway. St. John is mostly national park, so there's no anchoring allowed. There are a ton of mooring buoys though, so here's the girls trying to catch one.
Talk to me! I got it!
The mooring buoys aren't exactly cheap. They're $26 a night. With the mission accomplished, we were all set to head ashore to St. Thomas.
Bombs away! Bombs away!
Go for it. Maverick, hush. The girls decided they couldn't wait any longer and jumped in to snorkel to the beach. I have to say, St. John has some of the prettiest water I have ever seen. And the surrounding terrain of the national park simply adds to the beauty. We don't actually know this boat, but it was such a cool shot I had to leave it in the video. So with the girls already ashore, I brought the dogs in so they could hang out on the beach also. We didn't know it at the time, but because it's a national park, dogs aren't allowed on the beach. A friendly park ranger came over and let us know the scoop, so we took the dogs back to the boat after that. We met a group of Swedish sailors, so we grabbed a bottle of Herman Marshall whiskey and headed over to their boat for a few sundowners and a good time. So to our new Swedish friends, and skål!
Skål!
Hey. All right. They actually say sounding a conch, because if you say blowing a conch, it sounds too.
I understand that. All right, here it goes. It sounds like.
Do it more like.
Like doing it.
There you Is that what it's supposed to sound like?
Australian. The original.
I don't know.
That's perfect.
I mean, aren't you just supposed to like make a sound? I don't know.
Ja, vi hörde Xavier Rush.
Vart är ditt glas? Är det här ditt glas?
It was a beautiful sunset with some good new friends, and we kept on going after that. You can see here that Megan was definitely having a good time. The next day, our friends Alberto and Purity from Puerto Rico showed up, so we decided to head ashore with them to do a little hiking. The Francis Bay Trail, which is where we were anchored at Francis Bay, is really neat. It's a nice wooden path through the mangroves. Inside the mangrove forest, there's all kinds of neat brackish lagoons to check out. And there are all kinds of old ruins to go exploring as well. And the wildlife, like this deer here, are totally unafraid of humans. The trail took us to the old ruins of the Annaberg sugar mill. It was pretty neat seeing how they made rum all those years ago. And of course, the view from the top was pretty spectacular as well. But after we finished that, it was time to head back to the boat. This is the Swedes boat. It's a Bavaria 44. I think we've pretty much decided that this is the boat we want to upgrade it to eventually. It has 4 cabins, 2 heads, and is definitely not too expensive either. I think it'd be perfect for us to add a few crew members and do some long-range cruising. So if you want to help us raise the funds to get one, you can visit GoFundMe.com/sailingdoodles, and we'd really appreciate it. This is Alberto's powerboat that we've had many Bushwacker on. We got the Bushwackers.
All right.
Thank you all.
Anytime. From Mohr Bay at St. John,
That's right.
Virgin Britain. No,
US Virgin Islands. Too many
They already have. It's already working.
And there's a turtle.
There's plenty around here. Turtles going. Oh, there is. There's a big one too. Look at that.
That's a big one.
Big swimming turtle.
What a cutie pie.
Alberto had a stand-up paddleboard, so it was time for Megan to test her skills. I don't think Georgie was helping matters any. Even the puppy dogs were getting in on the paddleboard action. And of course I couldn't resist trying this.
Why did you do that?
Oh man! I thought you were gonna go over. Oh no! I got him. So the next morning, Alberto and Puri were headed back to Puerto Rico, and we were getting ready to head to the BVI. Alright, we finally got the dog's paperwork, and we are on our way to the British Virgin Islands. Excited about that. There was a snafu with the internet or something. Anyway, we were supposed to have it a couple days ago. We got their health certificate. It's all good. We're on our way. Kind of tight on time because customs closes at 4:30. It is 3:15, and we are 30 minutes away from pulling in. And we got to anchor and then get there and all that. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. So the dogs and I are taking our first walk here in the British Virgin Islands. Checking them in was remarkably easy. I was expecting a much lengthier process. Basically, you filled out the application, you give them the health certificate, make sure it's the proper one, and then brought them here. I called the guy to have him meet me, and it was $30. He gave them like a quick, I don't know, we looked at their gums, kind of stroked their fur, and looked at their eyes, and that was it. And they're British Virgin Island dogs now. We had arrived just in time for the BVI Spring Regatta party. We had been to the St. Thomas International Regatta as well, but this one definitely had a different feel to it. It had a much more international feel, and it was definitely much more of a party. These are the Killi fire performers. They're a husband and wife team out of the BVI and were really impressive. I'll put a link down in the show notes so you can look them up on their website if you'd like to. I did say it was a pretty big party that night. Thanks for watching another episode of Sailing Doodles, and be sure to check in with us next week as we sail up to Joost van Dyke and continue exploring the British Virgin Islands. Please click like and subscribe, and this channel is funded by viewers like you. To become a patron, please go to sailingdoodles.com and find out how you can help. And stay tuned, in just a moment, we're doing a patron drawing for an invitation to join us on the boat. Okay guys, it is time for our patron drawing to come join us on the boat. So what I did is I got everybody's name, put it on a list. As you can see, it took me a couple pages to do it. Assigned you a number. So if you are pledging $1, you got one number. If you're pledging 10, you got 10 numbers. And I have a random number generator here. So let's see who gets it. I hit generate. It is number 559. Which would be M. Bernier. M. Bernier. So I don't know who that name is. I will, if that's you, send us an email at bobby@sailingdoodles, or I will email you here in a little while and let you know you won after the video is released. So, M. Bernier, thank you so much for being a patron. He had 2 entries in it, so he got 2 numbers, and he won with his second number. So, good deal. We hope to see you down here on the island soon.